What is up, everyone? And today I'm doing a deck profile on my Dragunity deck. Now, Dragunity is a very interesting deck. It's a deck that focuses on equipping its Dragunity monsters, and this is a deck that I really hope gets some more support because even the best versions of it still have like weaknesses. But it's far from horrible because it's got a lot of nice cards that can really take advantage of, and I've really been tweaking on this one a lot. I've seen a lot of other builds and they just don't really quite. Those builds, most of the times you're only going to get like maybe 1 or 2 negates at most, but with this build you can get up to 4. Or at least like 4 interruptions. Now before we get into the deck profile, make sure to like, subscribe, and let's get right into it. First off, I run the 3 Dragunity Remus. Remus, you can discard itself to add a Dragon Ravine from your deck, your hand. And while it's in the graveyard, if you control a Dragunity monster, you can spell summon it from the grave. Now, it does have a restriction that it cannot be used for a synchro summon unless it's for a synchro summon of a Dragunity monster. That's not really a downside because we do play quite a bit of Dragunity monsters, and the Dragunity monsters are good. So it's not like the synchros are bad. I say the only thing that really needs help is the main deck Dragunity, because most of the Dragunities just aren't that great, but there are a few good ones like Remus and a few others that we do run. Like the 3 copies of Legatus we run. Legatus, if you control Dragon V or Dragunity monster, we can spell summon it from the hand. Also play 3 copies of Dragunity Guisarme. Guisarme, when this card is normal summon, you can target 1 level 4 or lower wind, dragon, or winged beast monster in your graveyard. Spell summon it, but negates effects. Now, Guisarme is pretty cool because it's your sort of like your normal summon effect, and additionally, it has a secondary effect to when it's equipped to a monster, you can special summon it. Now, we do have a couple other Dragunities that do sort of the exact same thing, like our 2 copies of Dragunity Phalanx and our 1 copy of Dragunity Course. All of them have the effect to summon themselves when they are equipped, and unlike Guisarme, Course and Phalanx are not once per turn, so as long as Course and Phalanx keep getting equipped to Dragunity monsters, you can keep summoning them. Now, Course, like the Remus, it can only be used as the synchro summon for a Dragunity monster, but Phalanx doesn't have that restriction. Most builds I see, they play Guisarme at like 1, which I don't think is correct, and a lot of time they'll play the I think it was the Tribus. There was another Dragunity monster that a lot of people were playing, and I just cut it entirely because playing that combined with the Guisarme, it just doesn't really work. Senatus. That was the one that was cut. Yeah, I saw a lot of people playing Senatus, but honestly, it just doesn't really do enough. And while I can see the point of it is to get a Dragunity monster from your hand to the graveyard, run Dragon Ravine, which does the exact same thing, and it's not a hard one to return. Senatus just wasn't really that useful, so I just cut it. Now I do play 3 of the higher level Dragunities. I run the 1 copy of Arma Mistletoe. Now all of them can summon themselves. Arma Mistletoe, I think that's how I pronounce Mistletoe. Either way, this card, you can spell summon this card from your hand by sending 1 face-up Dragunity monster you control to the graveyard. And if this card is normal, special summon from the hand, you can select 1 Dragon-type Dragunity monster in your graveyard, equip to this card. So it's going to be either the Guisarme, the Phalanx, or the Course, which you can then just summon itself, and then that basically gets you like a level 8 or level 9 synchro. I do also run the 1 Arma Leviathan. And this one you can special summon from your hand or graveyard by removing from play 1 face-up monster you control equipped with the Dragunity card. And when this card is normal special summon, you can select 1 Dragon-type monster in your graveyard and equip it to this card. And when this card is sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can select one of your monsters that were equipped to this card and special summon it. So this is pretty cool. Now you don't have to summon it through its effect, like you don't have to remove from play. You can also summon it off of the Romulus. Also do run the 1 Armogram. Armogram banishes 2 to summon itself. Its effect isn't really all that great. It basically just target face the monster. Its effect basically just negates a face up monster effect, but it's not a quick effect, so it's really only useful if you're going second. But if you're going first, you can also use it to get into Crimson Dragon. Now next, I do run a small Tempai engine. So this is going to be good if we're going first. And I run the one copy of Tempai Dragon Genroku. I don't have an actual copy of Genroku. As well as one Phaedra, one Chandra, and one Phaedra. So if you're going second, basically this deck can go both first and second. If you're going second, you have the Tempai package, which could easily just add an extra layer to this deck. Or if you're going first, you can basically use it to just get your Romulus onto the field. I run 3 Tempest Dragon. Tempest Dragon is pretty cool. As one, you can send itself to the graveyard and it becomes another body on the field you can use for Romulus. Or you can discard itself and another win to add 1 dragon monster from your deck to your hand. So it's got a lot of versatility. And lastly, I run 3 Droll and Lockbird for my hand trap. Moving on to spells, I run 3 copies of Dragon Ravine, a card that I'm surprised hasn't gotten itself banned at one point. But I feel like it's only a matter of time before it gets itself banned because it's a non-once per turn send a dragon or add a level 4 Dragunity monster. Since it's a soft once per turn, if you have multiple copies of Dragon Ravine, you can use them. And in this deck, it is highly searchable. Remus discards itself to add Dragon Ravine. The Romulus can also add Dragon Ravine. Like most builds also play Terraforming, but considering we got like 4 additional cards that also search Ravine, I don't think we really need the Terraforming. Like when practicing, I went through 3 Ravines without Terraforming, so like we have plenty of access to it. Also run the 1 Dragunity Glow. Glow, you can add a level 5 or higher Dragunity monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, and then you can banish this card to target 1 monster in spell and trap zone that is equipped to a Dragunity monster and spell summon it in defense position. So not only is it going to get you to your Arma Dragunities, but you can also summon a monster that's equipped because like while we do run 3 Dragunities that can summon themselves, there are other monsters that could be equipped, and with Glow we can summon them as well. Next, I run the 1 Dragunity Divine Lance. Divine Lance is really cool because it equips a Dragunity monster to one of your monsters. So usually you're going to use it to get one of your Dragunities that can summon itself. I do run the Songen Kaiman and the Songen Summoning for the Tempai package. I also run 3 copies of Pot of Desires, giving us some extra draw power, as well as 1 Call by the Grave and 1 Triple Tactics Talent. And lastly, for the traps, we run 3 Infinite Impermanence. Moving on to the extra deck, I run 2 links. The 1 Dragunity Knight Romulus. Romulus, when it's link summoned, you can add 1 Dragon Ravine or 1 Dragunity spell trap card from your deck. Depending on what you have access is what you're going to go for. Like if you already have Dragon Ravine, you're probably going to go for the Dragunity Glow. If you already have Glow, then you're just going to go for another Dragon Ravine. And if a Dragunity Synchro monster is spell summoned to a zone that points to you, you can spell summon a Dragon or Winged Beast monster from your hand in defense position, but its effects are negated. So it's really cool giving you access to Dragon Ravine, and it kind of makes Dragon Ravine splashable in every Dragon deck. Kind of one of the reasons why I'm shocked like Dragon Ravine hasn't gotten itself banned, considering how good dragons have always been. Also run the 1 Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. Again, just a really good Dragon Link 2. Probably like the only good Dragon Link 2 outside of Romulus. Moving on to the Synchros, which is the rest of what we run. I run 1 copy of Gay Durg. Durg, when it is once per turn, you can add a level 4 lower Dragon or Winged Beast monster from your deck to hand, then discard 1 Dragon or Winged Beast monster. This is a good way to get like your Phalanx and Course and all that into the graveyard. And I also run the 1 Vajrayana. Vajrayana, when it is synchro summoned, you can target 1 level 3 or lower Dragunity dragon monster in your graveyard and equip it to equip it to this card. And basically that's good because that just gets you into one of your 2 copies of Dragunity Barca. Barca is like a Vajrayana but better because this can target any number of Dragunity monsters in your graveyard to equip them to Barca, which is really cool. I only have 1 copy, unfortunately. Like originally I was only going to play 1, but I realized running 2 is actually pretty good because after you use this effects once, you're going to be able to go into another Barca, use this effect again since the Phalanx and the Course are not once per turn. Also run the 1 Ared Bear. is like your boss monster. So most often you're going to want to end on the Hieratic Sphere, Red Hair, and maybe a Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon if you can also make that. But these two are going to be like the main ones you're making off of in this deck. Red Hair is a quick effect to banish one Dragunity monster from your graveyard, negate the activation when your opponent activates a monster effect, and if you do, you can banish that card. And if this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, after damage calc, you can banish that opponent's monster. So it's got like a removal, and it's also a quick effect removal, so that's why you want to end on it. Also run the one Ascalon. Ascalon is more like you're going second level 10, whereas like Erdhar is like you're going first level 10. Ascalon can like you can basically banish the Dragunity monster in your graveyard, then target one monster your opponent controls to banish it as well. Also run the one Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, which we do sometimes make. I run two of the Tempai Synchros, the Biden Dragon and the Transcendent Dragon, which if you're going second, they're going to be like really good for you. I do run one Black Rose and one Ancient Fairy, since we do run several copies of Dragon Ravine, but also it's a free summon of one of your Synchro, special summon of a monster from your hand. Also run the one Trishula. If you also want to play, for example, the actually, no, I was about to say Cube, but Cube is a worm, so unfortunately, because you do get locked into Dragon, so pretty much everything in our X deck is Dragon. And for all the level 9 Dragon monsters, Trishula I'd say is clearly the best. If you're going second, this card's going to be even better, but going first, it's still also got its uses. And lastly, I do run the one copy of Crimson Dragon. Basically, Crimson Dragon is kind of like going to be your way to get to Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, if you can't get to it normal means. That's it for my Dragunity deck. Let me know what you think of Dragunity. Do you think it's pretty cool? Hoping it gets more support? Let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next video I make. Bye.